Zombie Apocalypse.
Hey Leute, wie geht's jetzt? Herzlich willkommen zu diesem neuen Video und wir spielen gerade eben Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishments. Mit einem extrem epischen Titelscreen, einem extrem sexy Mann und eine New Game Option, also machen wir mal. In memory of the Ukrainian Heavenly 100. So, geile Intro, jetzt ein Ladescreen, der nicht so geil ist, aber naja. Who cares? Okay. Keine Real Talk. Ich bin wahrscheinlich der größte Sherlock Holmes Nerd der Welt. Okay, also wenn das hier Cases sind, die in den Büchern drin sind, dann werde ich die wahrscheinlich auswendig kennen. Okay. What the fuck? Oh, ich liebe die Musik. Oh, ich liebe diese Musik. Warte mal, ich muss mal Volumen etwas höher machen. Ich höre sonst nichts. Renn!
You are utterly mad.
Okay. Let's go! Boah, Junge.
Stop, Holmes.
Is that you, Watson?
Yes, of course it is. And you almost killed me.
Oh,
Nonsense. I was aiming for the vases.
Blindfolded.
Watson, quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate.
So straight. Yep.
Ah, Lestrade. What is it this time?
He can see me. Well, here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. Holmes. A gentleman by the name of Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, has been murdered.
A sailor, most probably.
What happened here?
Oh, Mr. Holmes, how could you?
It's the only exercise I've had all week. A grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better use for it.
You're out of your mind.
I missed 4 out of 10.
Given you were blindfolded, that was very good. Can I have a try?
Am I the only sane one here?
Yeah.
I suppose that Watson is right, Inspector. A little brain work would be preferable now. Do please tell us more about Black Peter.
Peter Carey, born in 1845 and 50 years old. An ambitious sort, he achieved much success in seal and whale hunting around Scandinavia. Retired in 1884 with a small fortune. He invested his money in a property called Woodlan Lee, near Forest Row in Sussex. It was where he lived for 6 years, and where he was found dead yesterday.
Has the investigation already begun?
Yes and no. In fact, this crime is so mysterious that I would prefer you to join me down there.
Give me half an hour to prepare, Inspector.
Take your time and join me there. I have to go through the yard first. The Medi Men struck again.
What have they done this time?
They robbed a powder reserve. I'll meet you at Woodman's Lee, Mr. Holmes.
I should help Mrs. Hudson here. I also have several appointments that I must keep this afternoon.
I shall go alone then.
Okay, ernsthaft jetzt, Lestrade ist scheiße hässlich. Inspect Woodlan Lee. Investigate the murder of Peter Carey. Inspect the crime scene at Woodlan Lee. Select a suit to wear using your personal wardrobe and join the street. Auf jeden Fall das hier. Das ist das Wichtigste. Ja, dann wollen wir mal anziehen. Das ist Hans Room. Boah. Erstmal hinsetzen. Können wir uns hinsetzen? Komm, lass mich hinsetzen. Nein! Oh, ich wollte mich hinsetzen. Wardrobe und hier auf jeden Fall Morning Gown, Sailor Outfit, Unbuttoned Suit, Casual Suit, voll sexy, Black Suit, Brown Suit, Green Suit, Grey Suit, Light Suit, Bandit Outfit. Auf jeden Fall den Morning. Okay, nee. Ah, warum haben sie kein komplett dummes Outfit hingetan? Nehmen wir halt den Light Suit. Oh, lass mal zur Make-up Table gehen. Ja, hallo. Glasses. So. Facial Hair. Junge, das ist scheiße. Okay, genau das nehmen wir. Not available at the moment. Och, nee. Ich darf das noch nicht. Ja. Okay, mit dem Top Hat müssen wir auf jeden Fall die schwarze Suit anhaben, sorry. Aber das geht einfach ansonsten nicht. Ja, geht doch. So. Sind wir schon sexy as fuck? Jetzt können wir auf jeden Fall einen Mörder machen. Warum versuche ich die Station mit E zu öffnen?
This is where I keep my post.
Der heißt auch Letters, ne? Hätte ich mir auch so gedacht.
Oh, what a mess! What a terrible mess!
Oh, die ist schon sexy, ne? So. Door to Watson. Ja, auf jeden Fall. Okay. Ist das dein Diary? Nein? Oh, schade. Okay. Höchst interessant. Könnt ihr irgendetwas benutzen oder sowas? Ne, okay, nur die Tür. Oh, gehen wir mal raus. Denke ich mal, wir gehen zu Woodlan Lee. Okay, das lohnt. Das finde ich schön. Okay. Ich liebe dieses Spiel jetzt schon. Das ist irgendwie extrem nice.
Mr. Holmes, I'm over here. Come on.
Ach nee. Der Typ doch nicht. Kann ich hier rennen? Oh, kann ich rennen? Ja, ich kann rennen. Okay, geht. Ich will...
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Ah, sieht so aus, ne? Haben wahrscheinlich einen Gärtner. Der Typ hat ja auch Geld.
Inspector Lestrade, when will you remove my husband's body? It's sacrilegious to leave him here like this.
As soon as we can, Mrs. Carey, I assure you. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Sherlock Holmes. He's a detective. No doubt you've heard of him. I'll wait for you in front of the cabin, Mr. Holmes.
My condolences, Mrs. Carey.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
Okay, what the fuck? Okay. Katholiken. Cameo, das habe ich keine Ahnung, was das ist. Oh, sie ist die Gärtnerin. Also mag sie anscheinend den Garten, okay. Ist nicht schlecht, ist nicht... Können wir irgendwo noch klicken? Wir brauchen noch 1. Also muss hier noch irgendwo was sein. Sehe aber nichts. Da. Birdhouse. When was the body found? Is there a gardener? Everything will become easier. Ich würde gerne wissen, ob es einen Gärtner
The
gibt.
garden is very large and well maintained. Do you employ someone to look after it?
Denke sie
It
mal.
is true, there is a lot of work, but my husband took care of it himself.
Okay.
Madam,
Zuerst mal
can
die
you tell
dummen
me if you
questions
saw
machen.
or heard anything unusual upon the night of the murder?
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a terrible scream. But I thought nothing of it then. He would scream all the time when he was drunk.
Trinkt viel.
Can you please tell me what occurred on the evening of the murder?
Well, Peter got drunk in the evening. He was in such a terrible temper. Usually whenever that happened, he'd stay all night drinking in his cabin before passing out.
Also, ja, der Typ trinkt halt viel, ne? Okay, when was the body found?
Do you remember at what time you found your husband's body?
In the morning, at around 7 o'clock, I noticed the cabin door was open, but I didn't go in to take a look, for I knew my husband would not have liked it. At around 10 o'clock, I dared to glance in through the door and... oh dear.
10 Uhr hat
Was
sie
your
also den
husband
Body
accustomed
gefunden.
to receiving visitors?
Oh no, I don't think so. I mean, he didn't really have many friends. He lived quite an isolated life here, after his retirement.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes, life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Amerikaner.
Yes, Mr. Holmes.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Never mind. You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey.
Ich will das
Nevertheless, I
Quicktime-Event
believe
wieder
it will be
probieren,
less
ja.
of a burden for you soon.
Yes, life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Ich denke mal, man muss... Do you know about pilgrimage, well-kept garden, profile of the... ich denke mal das hier. Nein? Oh, come on.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey.
Okay.
Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes,
Wahrscheinlich
life
Profile.
with Peter was never easy,
Oder?
but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return
Weiß
from
halt
Plymouth?
wirklich nicht.
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Pilgrimage, profile of the... Boah, Junge, ich bin so scheiße an diesem Spiel.
You
Wir
have
haben gerade
indeed
erst
suffered.
angefangen und jetzt
He
bin
was
ich schon
different,
scheiße.
wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes.
Sonst habe ich gerade
Oh,
herausgefunden, wie
how
man
do you know
Dialogs
about
gibt.
that?
Das ist immer schön. Und jetzt wissen wir, wo das Pilgrimage ist.
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there. And you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes.
Damn.
Extraordinary.
Der Typ ist gut.
Thank you,
Und,
Madam.
ich bin gut natürlich. Ja, natürlich. So.
It seems
Examen.
that the garden was well
Ja,
maintained.
wissen wir schon. Tür aufmachen.
The door is locked.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it. I locked it yesterday to ensure that no one should enter the cabin and tamper with the evidence.
Ah, good thinking.
Hello, hello, hello.
Endlich
What
etwas
is it,
Gutes
Lestrade?
gemacht.
It seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
Let me see.
Oh. Was denn? Das ist interessant. Yep, da sind definitiv. Was kann man mit Tee machen? Ich weiß, dass das eine Tür ist. Man hat versucht, das hier aufzubrechen. Auf jeden Fall nicht Brute Force. Kann ich mal reingehen oder sowas? Würde das mal gehen? Soll ich denn jetzt was finden? Ich weiß, dass da drin Scratches sind.
These scratches are fresh.
Die wurden wahrscheinlich gestern gemacht, ne? Halt auf der Nacht
You're
von
right.
gestern auf heute.
Someone tried to force open the door.
I swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Our mysterious visitor came here last night.
Well, he's not the man for the job. This lock is not a difficult one.
Perhaps he did not have the right tool.
Dann würde er heute zurückkommen.